everybody, and welcome to Man Productions, and also welcome to Hey Rail. We'll be doing a comparison on the Atlas Master Series cylinder hopper, the Lionel Standard Scale cylinder hopper, and the MTH Premier Scale cylinder hopper. MTH also calls it the 100-ton hopper. This is the Atlas Master Series. This one's been out for a while. It's a pretty nice cylinder hopper, and we'll go on and compare that to the Lionel and MTH. Here is the Lionel standard scale hopper. Lionel just came out with this last year, so this is a pretty new hopper compared to the other two. This is the MTH Premier cylinder hopper, also scale. MTH has also referred this to their 100-ton hopper. This particular road name and color scheme really does exist, or did exist. However, it was never done on a cylinder hopper. This road name and paint scheme was actually really done on a center flow hopper and not a cylinder hopper. So, unfortunately, in this case, MTH got it wrong. So, you guys are probably wondering, well, if it's wrong, how come you bought it and you own it? If one of your things is to have scale things, scale freight cars. So, I bought this because MTH is the only one to do this ADM paint scheme, even though it's on the incorrect type of freight car. So if somebody did this paint scheme on a cylinder hopper, then, or if somebody did this paint scheme on a center flow hopper, I would buy those and sell this. Also, now it's time for my famous disclaimer. This comparison video that I'm making is done in my own opinion. It's totally based on what I want to buy or what I expect to get for Hey Rail O-gauge high rail layout. I'm looking for rolling stock that is has accurate details, accurate road names, and also correct length prototypically. So correct scale length. So those are the three things that I generally look for. And if I can't find those things, if it's close enough, I'll get it until somebody else comes up with something more accurate, as with example with this ADM cylinder hopper. The most common commodity that the cylinder hopper was used for was for glass cutlets, plastic pellets, materials used to make glass, and plastic bottles with, is what they were most commonly used for, although they did have other uses as well. But it was a common sight to see these at a glass house or a plastic and resins place, so yeah, they would haul resins as well. So, these are by far one of my favorite pieces of rolling stock, is the cylinder hopper. This is the Atlas Master Series. They did make older versions of these as well. This one was made within the last 3 or 4 years. But they do have older ones as well. So this is like a newer version. But I just want to show you guys the level of detail on the Atlas, even though this car is like 4 or 5 years old. That H44 that you see there was actually a model designation that Conrail would have given that car. So it's nice to see all this printing. And sorry for the camera focusing in and out like that. I'm not sure why it's doing that. You can see the level of pad printing that was used. And if we rotate this thing to the top, look at that etched see-through grill, or see-through grating. It's really nice. And the thing about these hoppers is that the hatches do open, although I don't recommend playing with them much because they are fragile. But the top hatches do open on this. And here we can see the air tank and the air lines. There you go. The details. There's your reporting mark and the road number printed on the inside of the car. Right there. There you go. The handbrake wheel and the chain. The ladder work is great. I like the airline that Atlas puts onto their die-cast trucks. And, of course, the rotating wheel bearing caps on the Atlas Master Series. I mean, it's really nice. And here's the undercarriage detail. Not much to show, but you can see the chutes. I'll show you this end once again, because I don't know if I'm going too fast in this video. So that's the Atlas O Master Series, and Atlas O, I like the Atlas O product, especially the Master Series. So we'll grab this next. Alright, so this is the Lionel cylinder hopper. This was just released. We're going to flop this around here. This way. So let's take a look at the graphics on this. H44, just like with the Atlas O. They did a nice job on the graphics. Like I said, Lionel's really stepping up their level of detailing. And Conrail used different size logos. They never kept anything universal. They were just more worried about putting their name on everything that they took over. So some cylinder hoppers had the small logo, some of them had the bigger logo. There was no rhyme or reason for placement of them. They were just slapping stuff on them. And just like with the Atlas O, you can see the Conrail CR reporting mark and the road number on there. And look at that chain and brake wheel. Look at the chain detail on the brake wheel. That's really awesome. They did a real nice job on the ladder work. I do like their etched see-through grading as well. They did a nice job there. The Lionel hatches also open. They don't feel as fragile as the oops, well, I guess I spoke too soon. So that's why I don't like messing with them. So we're going to put this down and see if we can fix that. Alright, so I got the hatch back on. We're back in business. Like I said, that is one of the reasons why I don't like messing with them. Because they're pretty fragile. So I figure I'll include that in the video since it did happen. Alright, let's take a look underneath of this car. Now you'll notice there's a band around the coupler. Well, this Lionel uses a thumb tap coupler. And unfortunately, just like with most of the newer Lionel that I have with the thumb tap coupler, the coupler uncouples during while the train's in motion. And I think it's because they made this thumbtack too heavy, and so it pulls down, which opens up the coupler while the train is moving. It's just a pain in the butt. There was somebody on a O-Gauge Tips and Tricks page on Facebook that shows you how to take a pair of needle nose and bend some tab in here so it doesn't open it. But I decided just to put a band around mine, and so they don't open anymore. These are the only ones I have problems with opening, are these thumbtack couplers. And they don't feature the airlines either, so that's another detraction to an otherwise wonderfully scaled, detailed model. I just wish they would do something better with their couplers and put airlines on like MTH and Atlas L. And once again, I'm not doing this to beat any particular manufacturer up. I'm saying this as a fair comparison and what my thoughts are. And I mean, obviously, I like the car because I bought it, and I'm not trying to beat the manufacturer. I'm just trying to point things out that maybe, just maybe, might help them make things better in the future. Alright, so here's the MTH cylinder hopper, what MTH calls their 100-ton hopper. But basically it's just a cylinder hopper to me. Let's take a closer look at the details. And to be fair, this is an older run. But they do some nice graphics on this. I mean, they did pretty well as far as the graphics. I'm not even going to attempt to open up those. It looks like they do open, but I'm not doing it. Sorry. But the etched, once again, nice etched grading. See-through grate at the top. And the only thing I don't like is I believe, here, let me hold this camera up. Let's see if I can see it through it. There you go. So MTH sort of like did a lame job on the air tank and air piping on their 100-ton hopper. It's not as good as detailed as the Lionel or the Atlas L. And you can see that fact, how it's molded into the frame, and it's sort of like an attempt, but they could have done better. There's your brake wheel. It is got graphics on the ends, just as it should have. And just like with most MTH pieces, it does not feature rotating wheel bearing caps. So eventually this would need a upgrade as well, if I was to keep it. I'm hoping the manufacturer actually comes out with this correct, or this paint scheme on the correct center flow hopper. But we'll see. Alright, so the obvious winner to me is the Atlas O. They did a pretty good job. Details, trucks, couplers. So I would definitely buy more of the Atlas O Master Series cylinder hopper. The second one in line would be the Lionel. Although I don't like the couplers on it. However, the car itself and the rotating wheel bearing trucks, it does have a lot of detail, a lot more detail than MTH Premier. And the MTH Premier in this case comes in last place. So let's do a price comparison. And that's because the MTH piece, the air tank is molded into the bottom of the chassis. I don't know why, but it's they could have done better. I'm not sure if they changed that recently, but if they have, you can make a comment, because the comments will be open on these comparison videos. So for the Atlas cylinder hopper, you're looking at right around 60 bucks, depending on your hobby shop. The Lionel version is around $80, depending on your hobby shop. Now remember that Lionel I just bought last year. But yeah, that seems to be a big price jump from Atlas O to Lionel. The MTH Premier goes for right around $45 to $48, depending on manufacturer. But remember, you're getting less detail, less scale, and trucks with no rotating wheel bearing caps. So if that doesn't bother you, then the MTH is price point wise a better deal if detail and rotating wheel bearing trucks doesn't matter to you. For me, I would probably buy more of the Atlas O, only because it's a little bit more reasonable, even though Atlas O doesn't produce a lot of different variety like MTH does. So the variety of road names is really small in comparison to MTH. MTH makes a lot of different variety of road names on their stuff. So price point wise, I mean, you could probably own 20 MTH cylinder hoppers pretty reasonable and get them in quite a bit of different road names, where you couldn't do that in Atlas O or even Lionel. Lionel seems to be the most expensive out of all three. So, at any rate, I hope you enjoyed my another comparison video. And once again, this is all done on my own opinion and what I'm looking for as far as to purchase rolling stock for Conahay Rail. So, thanks a lot, and we'll see you guys later.